sweating to the oldies. We need to break out. We need to break out Richard Simmons. Are you with me? All right. Seriously. Because this, I'm always serious. I'm Mr. Serious. Arsenal. I love arguing with Arsenal. It's fun. Good morning. The barrister. We call him the barrister. Good morning, B-Jock. We've got Ripun Bansal challenge me 10 plus 5. This is going to be a good stream. Sweating to the oldies. I wanted to make that my stream title, but people get turned off thinking about old people sweating. I decided not to do it. Sumaher, and this is a little mysterious. Who has Drowned the Clown? This is an account that never challenged me before, but how did they know I'm streaming? Like, that's kind of weird. So Drown the Clown is suspicious. It's got to be an alt account because nobody just like knows when I'm gonna start my stream unless they're like a regular viewer. They're on there challenging me to the right time control immediately. But it's not a brand new account. Looks like got some games. Alright, Ripun Bansal first in the list, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting stream. Yesterday's stream, I got emotional talking about losing my car. Scatman Crothers. Alright. Sweating to the oldies. We got E4. Did they ever find Richard Simmons? Or is he still like being like kept prisoner by his relatives? Alright, E4. I'm playing the French defense. I'm trying to learn the French defense. But I can't. You know, you don't want to play it too much. It's not Weird Openings Wednesday, right? But you know, oh yeah, you play this. Okay. Well, let's go into the... We could try a Rubinstein for Mr. Coffee. For Mr. Coffee's sake. I don't know what I'm doing. I never play this. I'm doing this for Mr. Coffee. For Rapport Ricard. This is for Rapport Ricard. Knight F6. What? Dude, thank you. Thank you for playing that. What am I going to do now? The draw? See, this is what I was talking about yesterday during the stream with... Yul Skinner's game. If anyone was paying attention. The drawback of this variation, perhaps, if you're trying to win... Okay, anyway... I just did it for this game. I don't know. I don't feel really like... I like playing the same variation over and over again against the same player. Ripun has played the Tarish against me like three or four times recently. See, this is the problem. This is sissy move. Knight takes G5. And GF is bad, so I have to do this. White's playing for a draw, actively playing for a draw. Okay, he's not that good at endgames, so it's not necessarily a problem with Repunj, but say he was a little bit of a stronger player, I would have a real problem, you know, trying to win this for black. I might not be able to beat him anyway, but just saying. Kosic is like offering a draw. Can you play c5 here? This is a mistake, right? You know, Arsenal, I'm not an expert, but I had the feeling that that Fort Knox variation might be worse. To be honest with you, just a gut instinct. You know, I'm very little analyzed it. Well, I mean, people play it, yeah. There was this game, man, that bothered me a lot. It was Leko versus Sarawan. Leko Sarawan was just this devastating, like, almost looked like a computer was playing white. Ugh. You know, that's a bad stylistic matchup. Leko's like Sarawan, but better. And, it just wasn't pretty, dude. Blob. Bob, you're not... Blobby. Not to be confused with Blobix. Another player. Used to come to our stream. I'm playing in the World Senior Championship in November. It's gonna be like the last time I'm ever the youngest player in a tournament, dude. Isn't that cool? I mean, every tournament I play in, I'm like one of the oldest players. So, lately, it's not true though. There's always some real old senior pensioners and stuff. The truth is, like, there's no middle-aged players in tournaments. Always a pleasure, Bob. Thank you. Boogie Puss donated one bit last night, so that's very useful. Cookie Puss. It's a cool tournament. It's 11 rounds, and I get to go to Italy for 11 days, and it's one round a day, just the way, I like it. Because I'm an old player. I'm going to go play some golf. No. I don't actually play golf, just mini golf. But I like one round a day, man. It gives you enough time to prepare for your opponents. Because normally, like, you know, double round tournaments suck. There's no time for preparation. You don't even have enough time to rest. World Senior is cool, and it's got a normal time control. But dude, I become a grandmaster automatically if I win the tournament. Isn't that awesome? So we're looking for sponsors to support us. We've got the banner up there. We've raised $35 to our $2,000 goal. The Hoover. Wait, it's hoovering. Stop hoovering. Fast and perfect. It's like playing Leko himself. People always give Leko the hard time. Leko and Geary with the draw shit. Actually, Leko wasn't always like that. It's not really fair. White is basically playing like a computer. It's a little scary, dude. You're 1896 in Blitz. But this position is so easy for White to play that a child could do it. That's why you don't play the Rubinstein. One of the reasons why you don't play the Rubinstein French with Black. It's too simplified. Any idiot could draw. No offense intended, Repunch, but I'm just saying, like, it's just too hard. Look at this. It's too hard for black to do anything. He just, like, literally forced all the pieces off the board by move 18. I mean, I'm just like, okay, well, it was nice playing chess, but I'm done now. You can only play this opening if you, like, you know, you can only play the Rubinstein variation if you're willing to take a draw. You know, this is obvious. Yeah. Like, black has, like, no winning chances, basically. Kosich play for draw. George Meyer play for draw. It's incorrect, right? I mean, it's incorrect. Taking on e4 is incorrect. I'm, like, giving up my center and bringing his knight to a good square. Why the bleep do I want to do that, you know? It's a bad idea. I think you meant to change that time. Yes? Who are you talking to? Yeah, that's what I play normally, c5. A lot of people play knight f6. In Play the French, Watson actually recommends both. But Watson goes with c5, you know, cd, ed, sorry, queen takes d5. Why is white playing like a computer? And he's 1896. All right. No, I mean, we've got a lot of games, but I don't understand this player. Like, he seems very strangely inconsistent. Could be. People never use computers on Lichess, or online chess sites for that matter. If you got an 1896 Bliss player who literally played a perfect game, it was so easy though. You know, he didn't have to do anything. Now he's playing for the win, not repeating moves. Rubinstein himself would play for a win here with white. He has a better structure. I would play for a win. He has a better structure. Of course he should play for a win. Rook d6. What's that? Wow. Rook d6 is kind of a weird move. Maybe he's, you know, he's getting a little overconfident or something. Well, the thing was, Arsenal, Rook g4, interesting idea. Maybe it was good, but I didn't want to risk letting him play Rook d8 and get behind me. But probably I could. But don't give away all my like hole cards, okay? Sludgy has pocket aces. He's slow playing his pocket aces. Now I have breaky break. It's crunchy, extra crunchy, with f4. I really want to get rid of my isolated pawn though. It's probably okay to play that at some point. can never be too careful. Oh my god, what is that? I don't know. It's like you have like some sort of like multiple personality disorder, Repunj Bansal. Are you playing for a draw or are you trying to win? You know, I don't really understand it. He overtly seems to be playing for a draw, and then suddenly he's like playing for a win. Like, what's that about? I don't understand. What is he doing? Hello? He probably played 250 bullet games because he was already breaking down mentally. If you're playing for a draw, then play for a draw. If you're playing for a win, then play for a win. But make up your mind, because that's the problem when you don't make up your mind. Now he hung a pawn. Now, there was no reason to do that. He could have played like rook takes e6 check. Yeah, man, it's bullet chess bullshit, you know? It destroys your game. He doesn't listen to me. He probably played 100 bullet games right before this game. This is what happens when you sit around all day playing bullet chess. There's no reason, you know, to think. You just like click the mouse. Horrible. How can white lose this game? You know, he was better. He has half of his time left. I give up, you know. I'm like practically his coach because I've played 100 games with him here on Lichess. I've told him thousands of times over and over and over again, like, don't play too fast. And here we go, you know. Stop playing bullet chess. You guys gotta, but this is a good lesson, like, you gotta make up your mind. If you're gonna set out to play for a draw, then do it, you know. But this is the problem when you get, like, confused. He set out to play for a draw, he achieved it, and then he started, like, reverting back to bullet world where, oh, I'm going to try to win now because I think I'm better, you know. That overconfidence starts creeping in from his bullet games. You got a draw in position against an IM, you're slightly better. Maybe you could carefully play for a win. But, I mean, this move... Why do you think I played rook h8, you know? Rather than... I see that you can play f takes g and have an outside passed pawn. The whole point of rook h8 is that I'm on the h2. But at least it makes me look good. He makes me look good by letting me win this game, but it never should have been a win for black. I mean, I had nothing. You know, I was worse. But this is why, you know, do not play the Rubinstein with black. It's actually not even a Rubinstein. I mean, it transposed to a Baird variation. Which is a tiny bit better than Rubinstein. I'm close to this guy's rating, and I have no concept of playing for a win or draw. It's a tournament, you know, playing concept. It's not, you know, like you have to think like that, Bob. You don't have to think like that to be a good chess player, but you do if you play competitively, you know what I mean? It's not necessary to be a casual chess player and be a great chess player to think about whether you're playing for a win or a draw. I'm just saying, you could see that's what he was doing. I mean, bishop takes a6 in the opening is like knight takes f6 or whatever, you know, here. This is patently playing for a draw. Nobody plays that move unless they're playing for a draw. The proper move is bishop takes f6, and it's very dynamic. So if you're going to play for a draw, then play for a draw. Now I have a 3-on-1 on the king side, and I'm going for the queen side minority attack. I don't know if I should do that actually. B5 is possibly not a good move. Probably not a great move, but it's alright. It's not going to destroy my position. But I don't need to do this. Like, I need to concentrate on my kingside majority, so it's a mistake to play. It's a mistake to play b5, theoretically. I don't want to create counterplay for white. I just want to get my 3-on-1 through. Should be an easy win, but the process... There might be some value in b4. I mean, if I can get my rook on the 7th or something. It's not completely stupid. I'm still winning, anyway. All that matters is the kingside pawns here. Uh-oh. Are we in the Jehovah's Hall? The Kingdom Hall. Yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea for me, but I'm trying to create a passed pawn for replunge. At the end of the day, it really shouldn't matter, though. I've got to be winning with my kingside pawns. This is a bad move, objectively. I think, yeah, maybe he should play like rook b2 or something. It looks ridiculous. Jabava's Witness, that's awesome. That's a great name for a team, dude. Somebody must have used that at the amateur team. Mr. Coffee, did you ever play in the US Amateur Team Championship? Jabava's Witness. That's awesome. Yeah, now he's helping me. God helps those who help themselves. We're helping each other create passed pawns. Okay, it's over. Is Serena, are the Williams sisters Jehovah's Witnesses? Really? I didn't know that. Alright. I don't understand. I mean, white's like better. I was on the verge of being seriously worse. But just the minute when I had equalized, he started playing for a win. That seems a strange moment to start playing for a win. And he panicked when I did the tactic with rook takes h2, but it's a draw. We have a player requesting to join our team. Mahala. Mahala. Makes me want Indian food. Alright. Arsenal fan Sumeher, the mysterious drowned the clown who has to be a... It's too high rated to be Bob. Sorry, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, Bob. But you're not 2100 in Blitz. Mahala blah blah. Luke. Mahala Sapai. Luke SK. IT Beavier. Alright. Any challenge 7+5 or longer. We lost our window. Wait, here it is. Bob, you're not. How are you not 1600? You don't even play Blitz. Okay, you play just Rapid Chess, which is good. Bob listens to me, right? He respects what I say. Don't play Bullet Chess. Why? It's a Bullet Chess is just like a diversion for masters. You know, don't waste your time with that. Arsenal fan. Life's too short to play Bullet Chess. Trust me, I'm almost 50. I'll do like Uber driver and play the French every game. Naroditsky is a tragic character. I don't know much about that kid. He's trash. He's like probably 25, 75 FIDE or something. Yeah, but the point is well taken. He could be better if he didn't play Bullet all the time. You know what's funny? He got the job for the New York Times. Dude, he's probably making a fortune. Well, I don't know. Did you guys see that? Joel Benjamin is pissed. He wanted the New York Times chess column for years, and they let him try it, and then they got rid of it, and Naroditsky has this like he now has this thing where you like play through a game on the New York Times. He's not really writing. It's a game. It's a chess replay game. Not the same as writing a column, but I mean he probably gets paid well for that. But I just thought it was weird for the New York Times to hire a guy from California. I mean that seems wrong, dude. I'm sorry. That's not right, dude. They really should hire a New York chess player. I mean, Joel's right in that respect. Regional discrimination. It's not allowed, the little regional discrimination? Come on. Is that a thing? Is that really a thing, regional discrimination? Does that exist? I think, there's always been a East Coast, West Coast sort of chess thing. It's not as pronounced now with the internet and globalization. But I mean, I was always East Coast, and I never had much exposure to the West Coast chess scene. I mean, the New York Times, it's the East Coast chess scene, and they're hiring a guy from the West Coast chess scene to do their chess thing. You gotta understand the dynamic there. It's like rap. It's like you have a, I don't know, music studio. You're bringing a West Coast rapper into the East Coast rap, studio. I don't think so. That isn't right, man. Naroditsky's like, Suge. Alright. They're gonna do drive-by. Gonna do a drive-by. You just don't hire a West Coast chess guy from the New York Times. That's just not right, man. Globalization. But anyway. I mean, if you look at all seriously, Bob, if you look at all the newspapers in history in the United States that had chess columns, they almost always had a local player. You know, the West Coast newspapers, Jack Peters did the column for the for L.A. It's just something that you just don't do. You don't hire a West Coast guy. Anyway, Queen E7 check. Oh no, Arsenal with the Queen E7 check. The other guy that did it was Dylan McLean. And he's kind of not a very strong player. Like a FIDE master, maybe. But he was a journalist. He was working for the New York Times anyway. And he happened to be like 2300. So he did the New York Times column for a while. But again, New York guy. Robert Byrne, New York guy. Kavalek did the column for the Washington Post. He lived in the Virginia area. So hiring Naroditsky for the New York Times just seems... it's just wrong. Alright. Maybe he could do some of his bullet games for the play through the game review. Would a black guy be acceptable? You're free to apply, Bob. Absolutely. Maurice Ashley would have been a perfect choice, actually. Now that you mention it. I don't know where Maurice lives now. I mean, maybe... why did he do that Minnesota thing, anyway? But he lives in New York. I thought I saw a recent Facebook post where Maurice was in New York. But, yeah, like, Maurice would be the perfect candidate for doing a New York Times article, you know? Why not? I mean, for a column. Exactly. It doesn't have to be a white guy. It doesn't have to be, you know, any specific race. But it just can't be a West Coast guy. Yeah, it's regional discrimination. Alright, what else is up, guys? Naroditsky. I don't know, man. I thought I saw him once when he was a really little, like, rugrat. Seriously. What's important at the Times? That he's Jewish. Well, Robert Byrne wasn't Jewish, so it just blows your... was he? It kind of blows your theory out the window. But Bob, we get to see your how you think, your neo-Nazi mentality. You're right up there with Bernie Ecclestone. Putin is a great guy. I'd take a bullet for him. Yeah, there's probably theories that you have to be Jewish. But Byrne, definitely. Robert Byrne was the biggest columnist for New York City, New York Times chess forever. I don't think that Robert Byrne was Jewish. Bob's theory immediately refuted. Racial discrimination is a thing, but regional discrimination? Bob wants to get involved, but he doesn't have enough knowledge of the chess world. Alright. You need more background knowledge to really be a proper troll and foil. Arsenal fan. He's getting me nice and distracted, though. Doing his best for Arsenal fan. Cover. By the way, like Bernie Ecclestone, Like, seriously? A disgraced 91-year-old former owner of Formula One? Dude, go crawl under a rock and die. Seriously. The only person I can think of that's less relevant than like Donald Trump in his opinion about Vladimir Putin. I can't believe like people are even like posting that. I'll take a bullet for Putin. What? Dude, are you senile? Do you have dementia? Even if you believe that, I wouldn't go around saying it. Obviously, the guy is 91 years old. He should immediately have his driver's license taken away. Along with Nancy Pelosi's husband. Okay, Queen D7. Looks like Arsenal's going sideways, literally. I don't follow Formula One, but I just thought that was pretty offensive. Idiot. Queen D7. What about your knight, man? Looks like he's trying to dissuade me from playing G4. You guys get all the great vocabulary words. What do I do about the pin, though? I can't get out of the pin. How about Bishop G5? How would you like that? Oh, man, he has a move. His other secret plan is Queen F5. I like Nancy, but, you know, 86-year-old people, like... The sad part of Nancy's husband's story was, like, he was like 0.2 over the line or something. Like, really, really small. They did a breathalyzer. He was only over the legal limit by the absolute minimum. I don't know, man. I respect people that have, like, spirit, you know. I'm not saying when you know, it's not a popularity contest. I don't love Nancy Pelosi. You know, I don't really know that much about her, but I like people that have spirit. You know, this is a person that's done a lot of good and bad things in their life, probably, but she has spirit. You know. How many people in like their 80s, dude, are in the like? I mean, you gotta give the person credit for that. Seriously. She's not senile, you know. I mean, to be a U.S. senator in your 80s, and you know what's going on, I mean, you deserve some credit for that. Seriously. Political sides aside. Yeah, it is a popularity contest. Porky Piglet, you're from Belgium, right? So you're from Belgium and you're like an expert on U.S. politics? Seriously? I'm an expert on Belgian politics. All right. We don't do the far right here. You might want to check out a different stream if that's your thing. Boobs are good too. Yeah, seriously. All right. 95 doesn't work. Queen B3. nothing wrong with the Muppet Show. But like as if yeah, of course. Dude, I don't like Hillary Clinton, but that doesn't mean that, I'm a Republican. You're entitled to your opinions. I mean, you don't have to like every politician in a specific party because, that's bullshit. But if you can't respect what a person's achieved, I mean, I don't know. Alright. I want to see you, like, in a position of power, knowing where you're at 80. Good luck with that. I probably won't even be alive when I'm 80. I don't know. People are very too polarized. Oh, so you're under 40. That explains a lot. See, when you grow up, you'll appreciate things from a different perspective. I'm almost adult. I'm like ready to be an adult next year. I think when you're a senior, you become an adult. Probably. You said you would retire when you're 40. I don't understand. Doesn't make sense. You just said you would retire when you're 40, and now you say you're way over 40. That doesn't make sense. Would retire. It already happened, then you can't say I would retire. Oh, if you're a politician. Alright. Retire from life. Yeah, ageism. Bob's right. That's the other thing. Oh, you can't drive after you're 80. Drawing this, like, line. Politicians, you see, like, where do you draw the line? That's the problem. You can make a rule, like, well, you can't be a senator after 65 or something, but there's a lot of people who are very effective. Do you draw the line at 79, 78, 77, 69, 67? Like, that's the problem. Like, how can you possibly draw a line somewhere? You can't do it like that. It would be completely arbitrary. You can't drive after you're X years old or something. I know people that argue for that, but my mom was an awesome driver until she was like 84. And even when she had dementia, she still never had an accident. But in some cases, obviously drinking alcohol is a problem when you're over 80. Nancy's husband. My mom, like, if she had any alcohol, would, like, I'd have to carry her out of a restaurant. Old people cannot hold their liquor. That's the first rule. Old people should be banned from drinking alcohol. Straight up, man. That's the first rule. Alright. We take the alcohol away. That's the solution. Damn it, I totally fucked this up. I totally fucked up. Bob, congratulations. You completely distracted me. Nice job. Thanks for completely distracting me and ruining my game. Porky Piglet really set me off. He just comes for the politics, which is worse than Bob. At least Bob comes just for straight up trolling. Now, Arsenal gets excited. I'm just kidding, Bob. It wasn't your fault. But this time. But Arsenal gets excited when he's in, like, when he's better, and then he starts, like, doing crazy shit really fast. By the way, like, you had a horrible position, and you played Queen D7, and somehow I fucked it up, and you're just winning? Dude, after 10 moves, you were clearly worse. I just completely lost the thread. This goddamn conversation. Excuse my language. I'm a little bit frustrated. I let myself get distracted by the chat. I gotta tone it down. I started talking about Bernie Ecclestone. Then I got angry. Then I brought up Nancy Pelosi, which is like a toxic bomb. Should have never done that. It's like almost as bad as talking about abortion. Never should have brought up Nancy. Dude, really? Wow. That sucks. Anticlimactic. You can play Queen F5 here. That's probably a good move. Too many bishops. I lost a couple nuggets. I'm down 3 pawns. Is that a problem? You're worried about the bishops. No. Oh no. Oh no. I never resign. Alright. It's enough now. It's enough. You already, like, distracted me completely. I'm not gonna continue to talk about this crap. Let's focus on chess. Justice, no. We're not going to talk about Nancy Pelosi anymore. He's going to be quiet and stop distracting me. There's no justice. And no insulting Joe Biden. You can't say anything bad about Joe Biden on my stream. Next thing they'd be like, Joe Biden's senile. I'm not a big Joe Biden fan either, but there's so much fake news. Like, yes, would you rather have Donald Trump as president? No, then shut up. I don't want to hear anybody saying anything about Joe Biden, you know, unless you're going to come out and say that you prefer Donald Trump as president. Seriously. But dude, you see, I have to time you out now. You see, that's the problem. That's not an option. Bernie's not an option, man. Don't you understand? That's the entire point. You just completely don't get it. Bernie was never an option. Don't you understand? I love these guys. They're from like Belgium and Finland, and they have all sorts of opinions. But there was no other option, man. It was Trump or Biden. There was never a Bernie option. He never could have been elected in the United States. That's the whole problem. Idealists, it doesn't work, you know. It's not about Bernie. Bernie would have been a better president, but he would never get elected, so what's the point, you know? No, Bernie's not corrupt, dude. Just because he, like, you know, he had an expensive ski jacket or something. I mean, the point they don't get. You know, I had this friend who was like a hardcore Bernie supporter. You don't get it, dude. What's the point of supporting someone who could never get elected? Duh. You know, in a utopia, sure, Bernie would be a great president. But what good does that do us? You know, we don't live in utopia. That was our choice, dude. Donald Trump or Biden. So stop complaining about Biden. It's ridiculous. Biden is just there to be not Donald Trump. We got what we needed to get rid of Trump, and now the world is still going to hell in a handbasket, but maybe we slowed it down a little bit. The Supreme Court is going to like destroy the environment anyway. Those Bernie guys, they're really hardcore. Seriously. I'm not going to like ban anyone unless they do something extreme, but I reserve the right to time people out if they're annoying. Saying Bernie is better than Biden means you don't get it, you know? It's irrelevant. You think I don't know that Bernie's better than Biden? But he couldn't get elected, man. We would still have Donald Trump if Bernie was running for president. So what's the point? You want Donald Trump to be elected. You gotta think about it. The lesser of the evils. Arsenal fan, please. Arsenal, show me that, okay? Send me an article from The Onion where Bernie beat Trump in all the polls, please. Can we please stop this now? Yeah, everybody beat Trump in all the polls in 2016, dude. Because no one believed that Trump could be president. But this is not what I'm talking about. The whole Republican establishment didn't want Trump to run. Everyone made fun of him and they said he was a joke. We've already been there. That was a long time ago. We're not talking about 2016 Donald Trump. We're talking about 2020 Donald Trump. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I'm done talking about it. I'm tired of being distracted. We're going to play chess. Alright, we're going to play chess. No, not that. It just gets me all riled up when we start talking about politics. It's better not to. The Supreme Court. I got upset and I started losing my concentration. That's why I'm timing you out. If you said something that upsets me, nothing personal, except that I hate you. Yeah, man, I agree, Bob. Fresh farts. It just was like a joke about Nancy Pelosi, and next thing I know, the stream is like out of control with the political stuff. I'm not concentrating well today. It's the heat. It's not just the politics, chat. Honestly, it's like 98 degrees here, and I didn't sleep well last night, and that affects my ability to concentrate pretty heavily. My brain fog gets worse when I don't have good sleep. So it's not only like the distracting comments, it's the Bernie thing really ticks me off though. Cuz it's just they're like brainwashed. They're almost as bad as Trump supporters. Hey, welcome to Utopia. Yeah, I know that. I would have voted for Bernie too, but the fact of the matter is, anyone in the middle wouldn't, so. Idealists. I predicted that Biden would win, I won money on it. Pretty big amount. But he's the only one that could have done it. And now they're like, Biden. He has a low approval rating. Who doesn't have a low approval rating when the economy is tanking thanks to like Putin starting World War III? What are you gonna do, Inflation. Blame it on the Democrats. Blame it on economic policy of the last like 12 years. People are so stupid. Was there any chess talk during the game? No. Arsenal, I was like, you got me on the clock, and the chat was distracting me, and I like melted down in the middle and lost my focus completely. I thought you were clearly worse, dude. And you strung it together and then crushed me. I totally melted down and lost all concentration. I thought you were clearly worse. Well, it's not too late to get AC for this summer. Someone was supposed to call the air conditioning guy to come out, but we'll have to buy another unit for this room. I still feel like I want to be a tough guy and tough it out with the, it helps me lose weight too. But I like complaining about the heat. I don't know. Gives me an excuse, If you put in an air conditioning unit here, I'm gonna be like one less excuse for my bad results. No problem at all. What are you gonna take away all of my like potential excuses for playing like really badly? Bob has a thing for older women. Better get the ankle bracelet, the ankle monitor, and get it ready. Yeah, we need to have a therapy session one day, Bob. See what really makes you tick. To understand, how you became like so twisted. For the sake of science. Last night was really bad. I had no ability to fall asleep until like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was very humid after the stream. It's the first night when it was like so humid I literally couldn't really sleep. Bob, do you tend to gravitate toward older female therapists? I might not help you. Might not be able to help you. We'll have to dig deep into Bob's family history, his relationship with his parents. Arsenal, you removed the timeout. Like, how long are the timeouts for? Aren't timeouts like 5 minutes? Mr. Coffee, did you change the Did you change the timeout duration? It's 10 minutes. Has it always been 10 minutes? I thought it was 5 minutes. Bob would know. Bob, have the timeouts always been 5 minutes or 10 minutes? We don't talk about Bernie. It's weird. I don't know. I thought they were 5 minutes. Can we change them to 5 minutes? Is that a thing we can do? Is my bishop trapped yet? Yeah, Arsenal fan, what did you do to me? How did you play Queen D7 and then coordinate your position after that? You played Queen D7 and then Knight C6, Knight E7. You turned into somewhat unsound. And I played Bishop E2. You know, Arsenal maybe... You deserve more credit than I gave you for that game. I thought you were like bollocksing it up completely with Queen D7. And that way it was better. But if I don't act correctly, you know, if I don't play sharply there, what happens happened, you know. What happened happens. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I was just thinking about the kind of thing. Like, I need to do something dramatic, not to let you do what you did, which was like Knight 6, 97, and then all of a sudden you're all coordinated and everything's great. You're like literally turned into someone unsound. Nice move. Saji said of Ars, he gets into a winning position and starts doing random things quickly. No, he does that when he's like really ahead on time. He starts like spazzing out and making all kinds of random moves. I think his like pulse rate is up to like, I don't know, 110 or something. He's excited. Like really close to orgasm. And he just like, he starts spazzing out, man. Like, he's got 3 minutes and I have 10 seconds. And like a million times he's like blundered and thrown the game away. Just for Bob, you know, I want to be overly sexual. Queen G5, man. Yeah, that's gross. Oh, man. It's a draw. I mean, who am I fooling here? I mean, seriously, dude. It's clear to me that you get excited when you're winning and you start, like, spamming the mouse button. Arsenal, you gotta work on that. I had a big problem with getting excited when I'm close to winning over the board games. The adrenaline, and I lost many games or screwed up many games, and I actually play better when I'm losing than when I'm winning. That's something you really gotta watch out for. There's no reason for you to be like moving real fast when I have 10 seconds left in an increment game. It's the worst thing you can do. Don't do that, you know. You're playing an increment game where you have 3 minutes to 10 seconds and you start moving real fast to like make me lose on time. I think even in a non-increment game, it's not a great idea. But in an increment situation, it's the worst thing you can do. You're 100% winning. You don't do that. It's a really noob thing to do. Most of the time, you get away with it anyway. You still win, like you did today. But take your time. Savor the winning position. Don't let me have any kind of like tiny chance. This time you didn't. World Loser does that too. He starts like moving faster in totally winning position, like trying to run me over on the clock or something. It's a typical thing, man. I mean, it's very, very common. You're excited, you're on the verge of winning, and you start moving fast. But again, even if it was without increment, I still think it's a bad idea. Okay, you probably get away with it. 3 minutes to 10 seconds with no increment, you can do it, right? It's a leftover from the days of no increment. Now this is totally crazy. I have yet to have like a good game today. It's a draw, right? I'm a tiny bit better, but it's a draw. But like G6 was probably a mistake. HG, very educational. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like rook pawns. Arsenal, you're probably thinking in terms of outside pawn, but in general, you never want to have rook pawns in a king and pawn game. Like, I'm not down with rook pawns. It doesn't matter here. Either way was winning, probably. Yeah. Drowned the Clown. I don't know who this is, but they are someone that we must know. They've been here since the get-go. Alright, we'll go back to our... I'm not going to play the French defense every game. I'm just experimenting with that. I don't want to be boring. Like usual, I play better the more I get warmed up. Yeah, what does this mean? I agree, suspicious. Turn that clown upside down. What is this from? It's some reference I don't know. Insane Clown Posse. What's the reference? Yeah, I don't really know what to do. I don't know how to play the black side of the Scotch. I don't have enough experience. We'll try it. Yeah, I mean, knight c3 is a loser. I think the normal Scotch is better, but white's still solid after knight c3. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of knight c3. I'm afraid of knight takes c6 because I don't know what I'm doing and it's much sharper. But this is like very solid for both sides. I was thinking another thing. Maybe d6 here is interesting to not necessarily... If you want to win with black, maybe we need to take some chances. Maybe playing the best move isn't necessarily the best thing to do. Like really, like d6, just play, keeping the tension more. But white played e5. What the heck is that? Okay, I'm out of book. Either that's a blunder or a very obscure variation. No, I mean d6 is a move arsenal. I looked at it in the opening explorer. And people play it, you know. I think it's probably like not doing d5 in the accelerated dragon. You know, even though objectively it's not the best move, it might be a better way to play for a win by not letting the game become simplified. On d6, I think white just castles. Bishop g5 is kind of committal, but it's probably a move. What is this? I mean, don't I just have like knight g4? Why would I play anything else? Yeah, it's not right for white. Turn your clown upside down. The e5 pawn is overextended, and you know, he's flirting with d4, but he has a3, so I'm not sold on this. I'm sure this is good for black, but I have to be precise. If I castle, he castles. f6, yeah, it's pretty radical. Radical, man. f6 is no way to play for a win, I guess. I mean, theoretically, you could play it, like f6, but no, it's too dangerous. Castles, h3. Knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, rook e8, or queen e7. If you really want to be crazy, you could play g5. But g5, bishop g3, h5, h4, or even h3, yeah, it's not good. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it should be good for black. I could play d4, but what does it do? Just like jeopardizes my structure. This is weird. What's the deal with this player? Where do they come from? Activity goes back to June 25th. So it's a new account. 800 games. They only play 3-0. They only play 3-0. Yeah, I have no idea who this is. Weird. I mean, I guess castle. If he castles an f6 might be a good move. h3, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. H3, knight takes c5, bishop takes c5, rook e8. I don't understand, like, nobody plays e5. I mean, that move just doesn't get played. Did I have an even stronger move? Knight e4? No. Queen e7, queen e2. d4, something special after a3. It has to be knight g4. Like, you could play knight d7, but it's passive. Why? It basically has to be knight g4. My move's forced. Castles has got to be right. I mean, this has to be correct. There's basically no way this is not right. Yeah, now e5 is just... e5 is lonely. Knight e5, bishop e5, rook e8, queen g3. f6. I could play rook e8 first. But why not be fancy? Hmm? The point is that e5 is overextended. Welcome to wherever we are. Guys, please support my journey to the World Senior Championship in November. We have 134 days to go. If you get paid on the first of the month, don't forget you got your paycheck. Send it to me. Isilius has some damn generic emotes. Generics. I'd like to thank Mr. Coffee, Asterbait, Move 11, all of those faithful followers who supported our effort. We have followers from Silent Otter, Shaken Kraken, and Sad Vipai. Sorry, I can't see. I need glasses. It's hard for me to differentiate I from L on the keyboard or on the screen. Okay. IP freely. ITP Veer. Shaki's back after his time out in the corner for talking about Bernie. Proful. No bringing up. Bishop takes h7 check? What? Ah. How does that work? Double bishop sacrifice. this could be. I had a theory on who could be white, but good one, Bob. Sladgy greater than Biden. But what's your point, you know? Alright. Wait. I don't understand. G6 wins, right? Yeah, G6, Arsenal recommended in a different position. It was recommended to me in a different position, not this one. G6 wins a piece, right? Can anyone explain to me what the fuck my bishop is doing on B4? LPDO. I didn't want to trade bishops. Bishop D6 is kind of reasonable. Number 4. 27 viewers. Bob 27. That's funny, Astrobate. Silicon boobs greater than Bob Sacamano. West Coast. Is silicone boobs West Coast? Bob, are you West Coast or East Coast now? California or Carolina? Where are you? Denmark? Bob used to call my house and whisper like dirty things in the phone in a raspy voice. Does that count as sexual harassment? No, not really. I just had fantasies about that. I think it was just some dream. I'm confusing dream with reality. I had a weird dream the other night that, and normally I don't remember stuff from my dreams, but I'm supposed to get another tattoo for my birthday. I told my kids, but I don't know what I'm going to get. And I had this dream last night that I had this like tattoo on my left lower part of my arm, but I don't remember what it was. You know, it was very clear in the dream. It was very clear in the dream that I had a tattoo on the lower part of my left arm, but I have no idea what it was. It was weird. It was like completely random. I had never thought about getting a tattoo on the lower part of my left arm, and it was just a really random thing to like be very distinct in a dream. And I really have no idea what it means, you know? I mean, I had talked about getting a tattoo for my 50th birthday. But what that means particularly couldn't figure out. Why did I bring this up again? Not sure. Can I? White's pretty good, actually. For a guy who doesn't know like the eighth move of the Scotch, he's playing pretty solid. Leroy Hernandez, is that Bob's real name? Something like that. Leroy Hernandez? But Leroy is not an Hispanic name. Where does Leroy actually come from? Is it a French name? It's a black name. Beyond that it's commonly used by black Americans. What are its origins? What is the origin of Leroy? I mean, it looks French, right? Leroy. Is it possible that Leroy is coming from, you know, French speaking America? Louisiana? I don't know. Anyway, other random questions will be answered here. Bob's always right on the money, though. Leroy is a black name. Thanks, Bob. We come to you for all the big questions in life. Manuel is a Spanish name. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for filling us in. Yeah, Leroy, French for king. Well, I never studied French, so I'm kind of a noob. But that makes sense. Presumably, the French settlers might have influenced names. You know, people forget, like, I think, like, a lot of people forget how much significance the French really had in the settling of North America. Especially, like if you're from Hungary, I mean, would you learn much about how North America, you know, they don't learn that much history in Europe, probably, about settlement of North America, unless you're from France. It's easy to forget, you know. When did white lose all its play? Well, I never think it had that much play, to be honest. I don't think that white was ever better in this game. Quebec, Louisiana Purchase, New Orleans. French were a pretty big influence. We spent a lot of time in history in school on the French. What just happened? Drown the Clown just totally went off the map. Off map. Ever been to Charleston, South Carolina? I have not. I've been to Myrtle Beach though. There was a guy that got eaten by an alligator the other day. I've only been to Myrtle Beach. Hot tubs, beaches. You like to take my pawn. That's not very nice. Seriously, you're not doing that. Alright, you can have it. I haven't been to Myrtle Beach since I was in high school. He didn't actually get eaten, I guess. They recovered his body. Maybe he just got chewed up a little. Alligators don't, there aren't that many instances of people getting killed by alligators in the United States every year. Evidently, the guy was like retrieving. Can I understand what this is? They said golf discs. Can someone explain to me, like, what are golf discs? I had a friend from Louisiana. Well, I still have. And dude used to actually, his job was to get the golf balls out of the swamp at a golf course in Louisiana. That was like his summer job. So, he was like very aware of the possibility of alligators. But what is a golf disc? Because I'm not really quite understanding what that is. There's a lot of money, like, when you recover, like, golf balls. They pay pretty well. The golf courses. Frisbee golf. I don't understand what that is. Oh. So it's not golf. It's a different kind of golf with frisbees. I get it. So he was recovering his frisbee golf. Yeah. We talk about all kinds of interesting stuff here on the stream. But we certainly see Drown the Clown big on moving fast and playing 3-0. Yeah, my focus is not good. C5 is a good suggestion. Downtown Clown. Be nice to get my king in the game. They only play 3-0. What was the idea of C5? It's one of the only pawns I have to, like, influence the board. Nothing special, really. Use it or lose it. Yeah, my college friend, Dave Brandow. That was his job. He made good money retrieving golf balls. But, he was aware. I think this guy was probably not aware. I mean, South Carolina, it's not Florida or Louisiana. You're probably not really thinking that much about alligators, are you? I mean, there are not as many alligators in South Carolina, right? I don't remember anyone mentioning alligators when I went to Myrtle Beach. Is it normal for there to be alligators in Myrtle Beach? Beach gators. I mean, they had gators like, damn, dude. Drown the Clan is all about moving fast and playing for time. It seems like he's really motivated. Should be winning for me, but it's not so easy to make progress. How about Queen D3? We got him now. Lizard shoes. North Carolina has them too? Really? Alright. Man, what is the deal with this opening? E5 is not even a move, is it? What is that? Yeah, it's been played 27 games. Enrico played it in 2004. Oh, Enrico's played it a couple times. This guy beat in the New York Open, Jefferson Palikian, and I am from Brazil. And my friend Salvador Alonso. Why would people play that move? Hikaru played it in 2000 in an IM tournament in Budapest. Wow, I wasn't here at that time. I had friends who were. So Hikaru was 2261. I played him in 99. He drew with Petran. Yeah, it's like not a real variation. Like why? What is E5? It's weird. So what did Enrico do? Enrico just sacks a pawn. Well, it's not really, right? No. It'll probably transpose. Okay, you can't take right away. Castles, bishop f4. Yeah, and then I was thinking about f6. Okay. So it's a variation. So who would play like a variation Enrico would play? You know, somebody from California. Drown the Clown. Drown the Clown is a blitz player from California. Who could that be? Very possible. What about Sevillano influenced blitz player from Southern California? Alright. Yeah, it's not a good line for white. But after castles, Queen f3. Jeez. So castles is a blunder? Are we serious? Arsenal, maybe our line doesn't work, dude. I was afraid to play f6. DeMarcus. Don't make me think of Marcus. Makes me think of Goldman Sachs. They send me like emails every single day about, we've got a new offer for you to borrow money. Look, if you're gonna spam people with like offers, don't send it every day. PayPal has mailed me like 20 letters about loan offers in the last 2 years. It's embarrassing, and it makes your company look stupid when you send 20 paper letters to people. It doesn't look good. I'm just saying. It doesn't look professional. You look really stupid. Alright, bishop f4, h3. Castles, question mark, h3. I thought I had knight takes e5. Well, Ars, the $1 million question, dude. I thought I had rook e8 and f6, but you may have pointed this out. I was seriously looking at this. Yep. g6. I think Ars might have pointed this line out, right? I saw this much, and I wasn't really sure what was going on. But apparently it doesn't work. Wow. Wow. So I have to play queen e7. I think I saw that. I might have played that to defend laterally. This is better. No, wait. Queen e7, f4, f6. Yeah, that's okay. So queen e7. But he doesn't have queen e2 here. Oh, this is crazy. Whoa. Now this is actually for real. So we've created new theory. h3, knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, queen e7. I saw this. Queen h5, g6, queen e2. I didn't see this far though. And black is actually fine. The important thing is that the queen defends laterally. But I didn't see this far. If like he moves his bishop, rook e8, Jesus. I mean, I thought it was just gonna say this. In d4. Black has all kinds of possibilities. So that's pretty cool. He's supposed to play castle f6. Yeah. Enrico managed to draw against the 2300. Korneev. Yeah, like white has once won a game here in 1997. Pawn takes a6. This is what I would have done. Anyway, yeah, it's just not a good line for white. Okay, but the endgame, someone was asking about c5. At that point, I had like lost all concentration. Someone said something about trading queens. c5 is the best move. But I didn't understand the reference to trading queens. Oh, here? Well, I mean, white has two connected passed pawns. I was a little bit concerned about that. My king is pretty far away. But to answer your question, it does look like I'm probably winning. I was nervous. I mean, he has two connected passed pawns out here. He has a 3-on-1 majority on the other side, and my king is way back on g8. But it looks like I'm probably winning anyway. King f2, bishop c4, keeping him in jail. It was like a lot to calculate, though. I wasn't certain, It's just like no reason to... You can't play that unless you're 100% sure. That's why I didn't trade queens. I wasn't 100% sure. I know that I'm winning here if I don't trade queens. So I wanted to get my king to a better position before I traded queens. I was always winning. Okay, guys, how are we doing on time? We have half an hour left. Next. Yeah, the Sevillano variation looks dubious. It's funny, though, like, Enrico plays, he plays the normal Scotch. I don't know why, I guess he just messed around. But Enrico's never really been, I don't know, that serious about openings, I guess. Maybe he's back in the Philippines. I don't know. I'm not sure if Sevillano's in California or if he lives in the Philippines now. His son is like John Bryant, who's... Does anybody know that guy? Is he a GM? Or maybe just an IM? Not a lot of times you see a chess player who like has offspring that also become chess players, you know? The Shahadis. It's not like basketball or baseball where like everybody teaches their kids to be professionals. Very, very infrequent. You have like father and son, or just offspring. Yeah, chess players just don't have offspring. Yeah, you thought the trauma discourages it, definitely. John Bryant is only an FM, but the guy's like 2,500. Are you sure? He was high rated. But I didn't realize till pretty late that he was Sevillano's kid. Anna Kremlin doesn't count. What is she, like 1,800? Who plays 250 hyperbolic games in between the candidates? Well, that might have something to do with the fact that he's like in last place. How embarrassing is it that like Carlsen made that absurd comment about like he wouldn't play anyone unless it was Ali Reza? Like that looks pretty stupid now, huh? Like seriously, why? So you would have the easiest possible opponent or what? You know? That was a childish moment of Carlsen. His most childish moment to date. You get Carlsen's logic? No, I don't get his logic. What's his logic? If you want an exciting matchup, you would choose like Hikaru. You mean the non-threatening opponent? He wants a non-threatening opponent. Hikaru would be slightly more dangerous. But again, I don't know like the inner relations between these guys. There's huge egos with Carlsen and Caruana, and not so much Caruana, but I'm just not in touch with I don't know like their interpersonal relations well enough. How does Magnus get along with like Hikaru, and is there jealousy or with Caruana? You guess it's possible he said it to inflict pressure on Alireza? Well, anyway, I just thought it was a really sort of stupid thing in general. I mean, it's not like back in the day of like Alekhine, before there was like, or before FIDE started or something. Magnus became world champion legitimately through the FIDE system. It's not like, he's just world champion dictated by God. He doesn't have a right to just like, well, he can do it if he wants to, but, it doesn't really make sense. He's not like some superpower who just dictate he'll accept a challenge or not. I mean, the point is like he became world champion in the FIDE system just like everybody else, You don't just like, I'm not going to accept the challenge suddenly, he's not Alexander Alekhine back in 1930 or something. It's not how it works now, We had the similar game in the analysis stream yesterday. The candidates went the way I thought it would, except for Caruana. I didn't think... I just thought correctly that Hikaru, Caruana, and the Palmiachi would be the best players. That's really deep, huh? But, Hikaru did better than I thought, a little. Caruana didn't do as well as I thought, and Nepomniachtchi did better. Somebody's got to win. Unfortunately, it was Nepomniachtchi, but deservedly. So he's proven again, like he's the best in his format. But I will, Ding is coming back, but he was too handicapped. He was out of practice, man. It's wearing off, but it was too late. No, dude, he couldn't. How could he possibly dominate this tournament when he's been prisoner in China for the last 2 years under COVID restrictions or whatever? There's no way, dude. He's facing such a disadvantage. Now, if we did the tournament again, maybe Ding would have a chance to win it. Now he's, like, getting back into form. But you can't just live on a desert island for 2 years and come back and play in the Candidates tournament and do great. That's not how chess works. That's also something that I think affected Hikaru. At the end of the day, really, it feels like Nepomniachtchi and Caruana were the only ones that could possibly win it. If you look at it in hindsight, Caruana was the only one who could challenge Nepomniachtchi to win the tournament. But it all just collapsed. I think that's the story. I don't know what this player's deal is. Maybe it's another one of Repun's accounts. No bullet. Just kidding. Napoleon Carlsen turned into Korchnoi Karpov. Something like that. Guys, but again, I gotta say, it isn't fair, objectively how they changed the time control. The time control wasn't fair to Caruana. Taking away the increments from the time control, it hugely benefits Nepomniachtchi. I still want an investigation, Bob, into whose idea it was to not have increments for the first 60 moves. Can you do that for me? It's very strange, Fabi just became careless at some point and Ding outplayed him. Fabi became destroyed like 4 rounds ago, dude. He ceased to be there. Thanks for the update. No one seems to understand how much that affects the tournament. How do you just randomly have no increments for the 60 first moves in this tournament? Is that a coincidence? Or did one of Nepomniachtchi's Russian oligarch friends figure that would be a good idea? It's fodder for conspiracy theories. Every other tournament under FIDE rules has increment for the first 60 moves, except for this tournament. Randomly. Yeah, but I want to know where it came from. Everyone could see that would favor Nepomniachtchi and Hikaru, the 2 fastest players. It's obvious, It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure that out. No, I want to know how you just randomly changed the time control to the most important tournament in the world. Can someone explain that to me? Nobody has a clue, right? Make chess more stupid. Why not just have a bullet tournament instead? That's my joke. Magnus Carlsen isn't the world champion. He's world rapid champion. Because he just wins the world championship matches on the rapid tie breaks at the end of the day. Okay, he dusted Nepomniachtchi fair and square, and he probably will again, regardless of the time control. Oh, God. Can we get more literal? Thanks for the update. You don't even understand what I'm talking about. Anand? What? LOL. Dude, Anand didn't even show up. He was just there to collect the money. Are you kidding me? Those are the worst matches of all time. I would argue that next to like Kasparov Short, Anand Carlsen, those were probably the worst, the least interesting world championship match of all time. Even Kasparov Short was at least stylistically more interesting, but of course, like, he had no chance, you know. What's the point in a match where like one player has no chance? Anand didn't even want to play. I couldn't even watch like a single game from those matches. Anand had just like resigned the world championship before the match even started. And the sad part was he got to play Carlsen twice and didn't even try. Because he just like had no belief in himself whatsoever, or he just like, it was awful. It was just not even a real match as far as I'm concerned. That was a joke. Anand shouldn't have even been playing. He just wanted to go and get the money and give Magnus the world championship, get it over with. Collect your money and show up, and then lose and go home. It's like a boxer who didn't want to take any punches. Anand had the ability to put up a fight against Carlsen, but he didn't. I don't know. You gotta believe in yourself. Look, Karyakin isn't as good a player as Anand, objectively, and he almost beat Magnus in the World Championship. The difference between Karyakin and Anand was that Karyakin believed in himself, that he could actually win, whereas Anand didn't. That defines everything. Do you think that do I believe that Karyakin's a better chess player than Anand? No. But believing in yourself is extremely important. Anand didn't believe he could beat Magnus, so he like played badly. He lost the matches like without even really any good chance. There's no way that Karyakin's a better player than Anand, objectively. You gotta believe in yourself. I don't know that he just wanted the money and wasn't, Anand he doesn't have a killer instinct, I guess, anymore. And I'm not sure if he ever did. Yeah, Magnus is the best practical player in the world. Kramnik better? No. Anand did the same thing as Anand. I mean, Kasparov did the same thing as Anand, man. He just like rolled over. It was like taking a dive in a boxing match. Kasparov wanted to lose the world championship to Kramnik, dude. He was his self-appointed successor, dude. He basically handed the world championship over to Kramnik. He didn't win a single game. Give me a break. Do you think that Garry Kasparov couldn't win a single game against Kramnik if he was really trying? Are you serious? In a 20-game match? He didn't win a single game. He wasn't even trying, man. He was just going through the motions. He was handing the title off to Kramnik, who was his hand-chosen successor. But Anand played 2 matches. Kasparov wouldn't have had a problem with playing another match, collecting another check. Probably Arsenal. Why not? Anand didn't have a problem. Why not collect another $1 million check? I'm not going to refuse that. But still, Kasparov wanted Kramnik to be the next world champion. He openly admitted it. They even worked together at some point. That was a joke. That match was a joke. Kasparov playing the Queen's Gambit accepted. Thank God Anand wasn't in the candidates tournament. He probably would have won it, you know, and be like... He probably could have won it and then challenge Carlsen for another world championship and another $1 million. The sad part is Kramnik retiring from chess actively. Was that a health thing for real? Like Kramnik has some sort of health issue? Not that Kramnik was the second best player in the world. Maybe he was as good as Kasparov, I don't know. But Kasparov didn't show his true self anymore. He didn't want to be world champion anymore. Tinfoil Hat Club. Where's your tinfoil hat emote, Arsenal fan? Alright. I don't know, man. I forgot what happened 20 years ago. We're getting back to pre-2000 now. Dude, I can't remember, man. That was like before 911. Arsenal's talking about Shirov. I was drinking too much. What is the official... I never even, like, saw. What is Kramnik's official explanation for quitting tournament chess? He must have said something publicly, right? Is your queen not trapped? You know, the remarkable thing about Kramnik was, like, just 2 years prior to him quitting, he reached practically his peak. He was number 2 in the world. Was he? Yeah, he was number 2 in the world again. He had almost gone back to his peak. It's pretty remarkable. Yeah, I don't really get the whole Kramnik coaching thing. Like, the guy was literally never a chess teacher. I've been doing it for like 30 years because I had to. But it seems kind of weird. It sounds like an excuse, you know, to me. The pressure probably was too much. Yeah, it was a lot of work. Losing my d5 pawn. The irony was like I was trying to sacrifice this pawn for like the last 20 moves. Now I'm gonna sacrifice it, but not even get his late scored bishop for it. Philanthropy is more rewarding than studying chess. I think that's been proven to be like scientifically false, Ripun. But there used to be this theory that like playing blindfold chess, the Russians, I think, had a theory that it made you mad or something, you know. That's tinfoil hat stuff. Okay, any stress could make you go crazy, theoretically. But I think that's been kind of disproven. Right, right. No, that's an old wives' tale, you know. Exactly. Gareev plays these massive blindfold simul's. He's crazy as a loon. That's true. He's actually, yeah, you're actually supporting the thesis now, Arsenal fan. It's just surprised that he hasn't. From what I heard, he's pretty nutty. Alright, e4, knight takes e4. Gareev seems a little bit out there. Just playing, just doing that is a definition of being crazy. What he does is crazy. I had a friend who knew him. He said he was really wacky. I don't know Gareev personally. But from what I hear, he's pretty nutty. But a good guy. I mean, nothing negative, really. Just he's very eccentric. You're answering like a sort of absurd question. You're asking an absurd question, Repunch. By definition, Fischer couldn't stay in the chess world because he was crazy. So we can't really answer that, right? Pretty hard to answer a question like that, man. I told the story how he called my friend's house and he wanted him to contact Saddam Hussein. He was like certifiably, mentally ill. There's no argument with that, I think there's a question about what mental illnesses Bobby Fischer had, but he definitely wasn't playing with a full deck. Paranoid, schizophrenic. I don't know, exactly what conditions he suffered from, but it's unlikely you're going to dominate the chess world with mental illness of Fischer's magnitude, He probably got as far as he could. It's pretty amazing. Fisher was not crazy. He just had a switch personality. All right, dude. So you personally have friends who knew him like I do, or I have mutual friends who were friends with Bobby Fischer. I mean, I think I would know a little bit better. All right. I think we gotta finish for today. Maybe that's it. I think Fisher is like the definition of crazy. All right, dude. Timeout. Timeout. Stop saying random stuff. Fisher was mentally ill. He had defined, psychological problems. It's not a debate. It's a known fact. It's doubtful you can compete at the highest chess level with the mental illness of Fischer's level, on a high level. Arsenal fan, do you know that guy, the things he puts in the stream? Have you seen the comments he puts in the stream? You need to pay close attention to that particular player. This is not a question about whether Bobby Fischer's mom was followed by the FBI. He's saying Bobby Fischer wasn't crazy. That's like, I don't know, The sky is pink when it's blue, and you're defending it as you say crazy stuff. That's totally untrue. Fischer was certifiably mentally ill. It's not even a question. Why are you arguing with me about what exactly? That guy sends in all kinds of random comments that are just absurd. He said that Caruana was arrogant. It's just, I don't like when people pepper the chat with like random garbage that just doesn't make sense. I didn't time him out because he said Bobby Fischer's mother was followed by the FBI, dude. He's dude, seriously, Bob? You have to time Bob out. Gross. We're all arrogant, man, but on a scale of 1 to 10, who's more arrogant? Hikaru, Nepomniachtchi, or Caruana? Bob says Caruana. Are you, again, like, I know these people. Like, I don't know Nepomniachtchi, but I know Hikaru and I know Caruana. And it's like, again, you're completely wrong, It's ridiculous. Caruana is like much more down to earth and relatable than those other guys. That's what the guy said the other day. He was like, Caruana is arrogant. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? Yeah, Magnus, Hikaru, Nepomniachtchi, their arrogance totally outweighs Caruana. It's not even close. He's far more humble than them. I don't understand. Like, people put their personal likes ahead of reality. Like, maybe you like Hikaru better, or you like Nepomniachtchi better, or you like Carlsen better, but that doesn't make, because you don't like Caruana doesn't make him arrogant, That's a different thing, You could like them, but the fact is they're very arrogant people. It's just a fact, You could see it. Will there be a simulator? No. I'm tired. I gotta go. Alright. That's enough. Sunday. Before I time anyone else out. I'll see you guys later. It was fun. It was nice knowing you. I'll see you for the Sunday simul. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Later, guys. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.